It's your boy T-Pindell. Welcome back to another video. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. This video is entitled The Decline of the Strip Club, How Social Media Killed the Fantasy. I would love to hear your thoughts and everything else about this video. Make sure you comment that in the comment section below. Be respectful. Sometimes some conversation and some back and forth going on, but we can be adults and be respectful. This video is from 8 at the Table, After 8, Vibe at the 5. One of them joints. They got a lot of cool, dope stuff going on over there. So let's get into it.
Now hear me out here. I spoke earlier that I don't have regrets and everything.
No, because you're doing well for yourself.
However, there are some things that I wish I would have made better choices.
Did differently.
Did differently. And that leaving my height of my dance career for this man.
You wouldn't have done it.
No. And especially without a plan, I would not have done it that way. But again, I learned the lesson. You know what happens now? I will never give a man full control of my life and my finances. I will never. Ever.
If you negotiate.
That still hurt her.
A man. No, I won't. Not even with a negotiation.
So let's not negotiate with you.
Because the moment that he felt like I was out of hand or out of control.
He can cut you off.
No.
Whenever he was mad at me, he would call Amex and put my shit on 0.
Oh, but what I'm saying about negotiating.
Gotta pay to play.
Over my head.
Let's say you were the guy, right? And then he says, "Oh, I want you to stop doing. I don't want you to ever do another podcast in your life. I don't want you to do anything." And you say, "Okay, baby. If we break up, you got to put $1 million in escrow. If we have a fight, I need $500,000.
This is what my brother told me.
If we do, so
this
you already negotiated your deals.
My brother said, what you should have did was had that, but he
It depends on what
never told me after the fact though.
It depends because if you led like that,
no, you have to because only if you take her from something
We got a rhinestone on it too. It's getting crazy out here.
that she's already doing.
I mean, yeah, if she's already
doing her thing.
I mean, to be honest with you, this was a long time ago when you quit, right?
2011.
Okay, so and it was actually, I was a young boy then, and I was watching it. It was starting to grow. But by starting to grow, I mean like compared to the height of that profession right now.
Right. So the difference then
it was hotter back then.
It was hotter then, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The difference then I'm gonna tell you. The difference then and now is
Man, shut up and let this lady talk. Oh my gosh.
I think it's hotter now because it's commercialized.
Magazines back then.
No, exactly.
Covers.
This doesn't dance like today. She's nice with it.
Yeah, I was an entertainer. I was never.
Oh, I mean,
but here's the thing. Back then, I started Magic City in 2005. I was there from 2005 to 2011. 6 years, right? This is Jeezy coming to a club spending $40,000
in one night.
Regularly, not just in one night. On the regularly, Big Meech and BMF. I came like right before they all got locked up. But the culture had already, the seed had already been planted. So now that the dope boys is in jail, here come the rappers and the ball players keeping it up. This is the Lil Wayne and Fat Joe Make It Rain days. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the money was different then. There were ball players and rappers coming in the club spending 20, 30, 40,000 like it was nothing. QCP.
200 grand on a night, bro. That's how much would be in the club.
QCP was.
I don't think they do that.
Yeah, street.
Way more than that now.
No, they don't. And he would come to the club and spend that type of money.
So you're trying to tell me that
the street nigga.
The strip dance, the stripper / dancer nightlife portion, right, has diminished in its gains or revenue?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why.
In the last 10 years, 15 years?
I would say in the last
He's saying Elizabeth.
5 to 7 years, and I'm gonna tell you why. Social media. Men aren't coming to the strip club when they can go down their timeline and see ass. What are they gonna come to strip club and buy it for?
I guess that's true because that's how I
They can
feel.
see it on the fucking phone.
I ain't gonna hold y'all like it's two different parts of the story, but it's facts, absolutely facts what she's saying. I've never been in a stage like where it's so much nudity everywhere. I mean like butt nakedness, just nasty, not nasty, but just outrageous nudity. Like everywhere, man. Like even in people that do comedy skits and stuff like that, I used to do a lot of skits. I used to have like beautiful women, attractive women in the skits, but now the women are like ass out, boobs out. I gotta show you that I got a nipple ring. It's all out. I'm bent over. I'm showing you my camel toe print type. It's over the top. And I thought to myself, like, it's even sadder or scarier if you have kids or youth or younger cousins or younger brothers, because they're getting introduced to this so much earlier. Like when you were little, you know what I'm saying? You might see some shit like on HBO late night or Cinemax late night, you know what I'm saying? But they was just dry rubbing, you know what I'm saying? Hookers on a point or some taxi cab confession, some shit like that, real sex. You know, like that was our like boom. But it is nuts, man. How many, it's just nakedness. And then let alone, you better not have a Twitter. I had a tweet, I tweeted yesterday, and then under my tweet, just OnlyFans girl started saying, "Oh, come check me out here." I'm like, yo, this has nothing to do with the conversation. Why are you here? How did you even find my page? It is just nakedness and nudity everywhere. So I can only imagine being in middle school or high school, having a cell phone. You got cell phone access, it's right there. You on Instagram, it's right there. Like I was talking to one of my relatives and his son, he was like, yeah, I followed my son on Instagram. And I looked at who he was following. He's like, yo, half of these joints was like IG models and big booty girls. I'm like, yo, why is he looking at this in high school? I'm like, the sexualization is out there crazy. I remember my first time I got like a little picture from a girl and she gave me a picture in a two-piece bathing suit. Bitch, I thought that shit was magical. Now everybody just naked. They naked outside.
That's how I felt.
And these girls these days, I'm a
For the free. They naked outside for the free.
OG in this game. These girls these days don't give fantasy. I bartend in the strip club currently, and these girls be on the stage shooting guns and rapping and shit, and I'm like, girl, be sexy. Don't no man want to come in here and throw money on you because you shooting guns in the air?
That's a fact. I laugh though. It's funny. It's fun.
No,
Be a fantasy.
yeah, you have.
When I was a dancer, it was, you are providing this fantasy for this man.
You was a dancer or you was a stripper? What you was doing? Or you was an entertainer? You didn't say you was about 3 different things.
He's going to come here to get what he can't get at home. He's going to come here to get away from his everyday problems. He's going to come here because he only could dream about having a girl like you.
Oh, that shit over. That social media did that, and dating apps did that, and that little sugar baby site did that. You would be amazed, fellas, and these ladies know how many women have logged on and created profiles on that sugar baby site just to see what if, just to see what could happen. You would be amazed the thing people will turn to when they're having money problems, and they will give it a try. I've sat down and had conversations. Women that just wouldn't look like they would never do nothing like that. They're like, yeah, I was on Sugar Baby for like 2 years. I met a couple guys like that. This guy I used to talk to, he was married. I was like, damn, bro. That it's glorified prostitution. They put a bow on it. People don't want to say what it is, but that's what it is. If somebody's paying for your time and your sexual pleasure and all of that stuff, they footing the bill. That's what that thing is, man.
You get what I'm saying? And he still can't even have you, but he can have you for these 20 minutes that you grinding on his dick. He can have you for this 15 minutes that you smiling in his face.
Sorry about that.
These girls don't do that these days. They're so stuck on clout. They're so stuck on who knows me, how many followers I got, or the popularity of it. They took the fantasy out of strip. And guess what else left? The coin.
Because the fantasy is what really will get you to
The
pay.
fantasy is what got you the coin.
I said bye to TikTok. Bye, guys.
Ciao, TikTok.
Big shout out to
Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Make sure y'all jump onto YouTube Live if you want to keep watching or sign to our Patreon.
Rico. In Elizabeth alone, just in 2 clubs, Cinderella's and there was another one, bro. In Cinderella's, on a given night, if there was less than 75 in that club being thrown that night, it was a slow night.
And what
Really?
was this?
0405.
Period.
0405. 0450. You know when everything.
I don't know no different. You got to remember, like, by the time I was 18,
0405, you was on the steps. You was still on the porch. How old are you?
I'm 29. So
Oh, that
How
Jill
old
was
were you
in
in
middle
04,
school.
like?
I was in 6th grade.
I know it.
Still on the couch.
Maybe even less, right? I was 12.
Yeah.
I might have been in 7th grade. Like,
So you had no idea what strip was,
I did. Like,
but not really.
Not really.
I mean, you know,
But not really.
I started very early in my life. I was in the strip club by 16.
Okay. But at
You know.
12, you ain't know what was happening.
By 12, nah.
You knew about it, but you didn't know.
Even when you in the club, like I've been in the club, you know what I'm saying? I remember I went to my first strip club. I was on a college visit, and they took me to a strip club. That was my first time ever been on a strip club, just seeing that and seeing the money thrown and seeing all that. I was doing too much in there. They had to be like, yo, you can't be doing all that. But I was in there with them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you don't really understand the dynamic and what happens with the dancers, with the bartenders, with security, with the dope boys, when they just in there throwing money because they can't put that money in the bank because IRS is going to be like, hey, where this money coming from? So, you know, you don't really understand that aspect of it.
I didn't know. I never knew what the atmosphere was.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
You around drug dealers, scammers, and killers. You don't even know. You in there with the thick of everything in there.
And honestly,
athletes, celebs.
Time from 16 to 18, I was already over the strip club. Like I was like, this is like all right. Like
Let me tell y'all who loves the strip club. Older, Caucasian, professional men
Oh, forever.
will forever be committed to strip.
Yeah, they'll pay you, let you
For
sit on your
young
lap, talk to
black
me, I'll pay you.
males, for young minority, because I'm not just gonna say black, because the Spanish and the Asians and the younger crowd they're here for the novelty. They're here for this song is hot and they throw the money on this song. My homeboy, a rapper, we try and get his song played. They're here for this is the thing. This is it's the popular thing to do. But the older, and when I say older, I mean 35 and up, right? The 35 and up professional man, mostly Caucasian, those are the ones who are going to stay in the strip club and really be committed. The ones that's going in the champagne room, the ones that's trying to be sugar daddies. Those are who's keeping strip alive. This hood club, black club, ghetto club, whatever you want to call it, era is slowly but surely dying.
It's done.
It's not
It's
the
a
same.
different
I
game.
don't even
I
go.
bartend in the strip club. Shout out to Club Rain Atlanta, 16th. I bartend there on Wednesdays and Saturdays. For my birthday,
They cut that
I
out.
did a birthday set. I got on stage and danced. I didn't take my clothes off, but I got on stage and danced. When I did birthday sets at Magic City, the least amount of money I made was $5,000. The most amount of money I made was $17,000. I made $3,000 at my birthday set. As me
She crying about going on stage dancing for 20 minutes. That's good money. You made $3,000 in 20 minutes.
today.
I'm gonna chop into that right here. What she's saying right here at towards the end of this video.
But that's the market. That's the way it is. There's no money in the clubs like that.
My point.
No money in the club.
It is money in there, but you're not like how it used to be.
She said,
My guy, I
Oh.
work in the hood.
Yeah.
I work in the hood club.
Yeah.
And they wasn't checking for me.
I tell people
Yeah, they
this.
care.
It's
And I didn't shoot no guns in there.
maybe it's because you didn't. And
Rico, I'm not even trying to be funny. It's like back like it was very there was strips of cars that could go for 16 blocks and they were all luxury cars.
Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Rolls Royces,
But now it's like
big
it's just a
Cadillac
different time.
Escalade that cost $120. The autobiography Range Rover.
I never even knew.
Al, you ain't about
I remember that autobiography. I wanted that bit. That shit was like started at 120.
to go down.
Nah, that shit started like 160 or 170 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy because, as obviously, like when you grow up, once you become an adult, whatever's the reality for that time frame is your reality of it,
Oh, absolutely.
right? Like I found myself becoming a little bit older when I started to had to tell my little young boys like about Lil Wayne and like his whole time frame, and they're like, well, Lil Wayne was really like a popular rapper, and it's like, wait, what?
Lil Wayne gave me my name.
Lil Wayne gave you your name?
G.G. McGuire.
Yeah, there we go. See?
Wow, really? That's crazy.
There's also a song where he talks about how good I suck his dick, but
That's wild.
I don't think I ever said that on camera.
Or you just
Sorry, Wayne.
We still got that consent form, right?
People, yeah, look, I stand about my shit.
January, February, March, April, May.
So
She turned 40. She 44. She turned 45 in 2 weeks.
there was this time where me and Wayne had a little friendship with benefits friendship. He was my buddy, and I went to Wayne's World a lot, and he when I got into my relationship with my ex, I just kind of faded away from talking to him, being with him, because now I'm in this relationship, and I hadn't seen him for 2 years because I've been in this relationship, and we're at Summer Jam. And I told this story on lip service, but I never told that it was Lil Wayne. So now everybody that heard the story on lip service is Lil Wayne. I was at the concert with my boyfriend at the time, who was my ex that I was with for so long, and a music industry executive, remember that part. And Lil Wayne sees me and he throws his hands up and I'm like, oh shit, right? And then he's performing at Summer Jam. It's him and Corey Guns, 6 foot, 7 foot. He says his verse. When Corey Guns goes to rap his verse, he runs to the side of the stage, grabs my face, and kisses me in my mouth. My boyfriend is standing right behind me.
Like, I was a big Lil Wayne fan. Go.
But he didn't know that I was in a relationship. He didn't know that I was with this guy.
I don't think he was being.
It was a very natural reaction to seeing his bitch that he ain't seen in 2 years, because I kind of just like faded away, like stopped speaking to him, and that became a problem. Now, I had already told my boyfriend that me and him had what we had, because I would never want it to come to him
To find out,
no. So I felt like, in the beginning of us being serious, I felt like, okay, since y'all are in the same industry and I assume y'all know each other, then I should probably tell you that this is this guy that I had something with. It was never a real relationship. I've never said I was his girlfriend. We just had what we had. But in hindsight, I wish that I didn't tell him, because they wasn't even really friends, and he threw it up in my face every chance he get. And oh God, when that man kissed me in my face, it made it so much worse.
Oh.
Then 2 years after that, the song came out. He says, my bitch named Gigi suck my dick. I be like, goodness gracious, fuck. He used to say my G stood for goodness gracious, because I used to have that nigga climbing up the fucking bed.
I know that song.
Dick in my mouth.
I know that song.
Gigi, devastation. Yeah, I got your bitch. I got your bitch.
I'm like, Gigi, that's crazy.
She
Like,
proud of that shit too. She proud of that. That's like a little trophy on her mantle.
That's me. So
That's me.
So the whole name thing is, I was on the tour bus. I was on the tour bus. We was probably high on X or something. I don't know. And
Yo, you talking way too much.
smoking some weed. And he's playing unreleased music. And he says, like, Weezy McGuire, show me the money. And I repeated, Gigi McGuire, show me the money.
Go.
He's like, yeah,
go.
that's it. Keep that. Run with that. So that's how the McGuire came on to Gigi, and I
That's dope.
kept it ever since. And I actually owned that. I copyrighted Gigi McGuire back in 2012. So I own the rights to use Gigi McGuire as a name for entertainment purposes.
So anybody who thought that they were slick,
You gotta pay licensing fees.
Period.
our business is good over here.
Wait, I haven't seen him in a long time, and we had a really good friendship that lasted about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, shout out to Weezy, shout out to Gigi.
He's my guy.
Big shout out. And I've always heard nothing but good things about him.
He's amazing. He's very smart.
All right, we're gonna wrap it right there. Let me try to not forget anything. Firstly, this story time, sharing too much information, man. So it gotta be some kind of discretion, especially with these stars. If you ain't name drop on the last podcast or wherever you've been on, why name drop here? Secondly, I want all women to look and think about this fast life. You think about fast life. I'm with celebs, I'm with ball players, I'm with rappers, I'm with this. All of that shit comes to an end. Even as far as the rappers, no rapper stays on top. We got a few rappers that's been at it for 10, 15 years, that's been successful. You look at Drake, you look at the Future, but we don't really they're not really lasting that long. Like, you know what I mean? Look at somebody like that's kind of fell off a little bit and he's getting a hard time because he got canceled. Look at like a The Baby's run. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Or they when Lil Baby was dropping, they was like, yo, he's gonna be better than Lil Wayne. Now that shit kind of fizzled out a little bit. Nobody's going on these long runs. Look at nobody's Tom Brady in it. Nobody's LeBron James in having these long runs. The average person is not having these long. The average celeb, the average star, the average athlete, the average rapper, whatever, is not having these long runs. It's fast money, and fast money does not always last long. So, but you can even listen to her tell these stories. Like this was like a highlight in her life, being a fun girl for 3 or 4 years. Like, and it's pride in it. You can hear it. It's glorified. He gave me my name. Like, we just had fun. We were really good friends for 3 or 4 years. So I'm just saying, I'm not downplaying anybody. You live your life. They tell you to have so much phenomenal fun in your 20s and then worry about all the other shit later on. It's nobody really comes out on top. Like 1% of the people who move like this have a happily ever after. This young lady is 45 years old, still saying she working a bartender in the strip club. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even that style of work is toxic, and it's not many people are stable. Even on some shit like if you're a bartender, a waitress, a bottle girl, a hostess, a dancer, an entertainer, whatever you want to call yourself, sometimes getting money in hand and and being in that work environment is some of the most toxic thing ever. You're in a work environment where people are just taking their clothes off and doing this. DJs making passes at you, security making passes at you, the management, you know what I mean? They hooking up with the dancers, people paying less. Oh, I don't have to pay tip out because I hook up with this dancer. Oh, yeah, I got a boyfriend. He drops me off from work, but time to time I go sleep with a security guard in the car. My boyfriend never knows. These are stories I've heard and seen. I'm telling y'all, especially living down here in South Florida. I would say we're second tier to Atlanta. Atlanta has always been like the strip club capital, but Miami is Miami because they been getting butterball naked down here for years. Like, you know what I mean? Not too many places you can go to a strip club and it's just everybody just butt booty naked. You know what I'm saying? A couple other places got it, but normally if everybody getting butt naked, ain't no liquor there. You know what I'm saying? So if you want liquor, it's just topless type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what Juicy J said. If they ain't showing, it ain't a strip club. If they ain't showing, you know what. So just to circle back, you know, it's no happy ending. You get into these with these strip clubs and these jobs like this, you're getting money in hand at the end of the night. Most people gotta wait 2 weeks to get paid, or get paid weekly. You're getting money in hand, and then you don't even know how much or how little you're gonna get. These dancers show up, you gotta pay a tip out of $100, $150, $200, man of the weekend of the night. Some not even getting a tip out back. We see these dancers making this huge amount of money, and everybody think like, this is what I can make. Some going in there and taking L's or breaking even or barely. You know what I'm saying? So they don't talk about that aspect as much. It used to be a lot more money throwing and all that. I've seen it. But social media did crash that. The dating market crashed that. Dating apps crashed that. OnlyFans crashed that. These, even as dancers double dipping, but most dancers are like, I could just get butt naked and do all this in the privacy of my own home. You know, the strip club used to be, I knew teachers that used to be cam girls or dancers, but that's when you weren't allowed to film in the strip clubs. But when you start filming and they putting together promotional videos for the strip club, putting it on Instagram, and then your face all in it, it's a conflict of interest. So it wasn't even like secretive anymore. Once they start letting you whoop out phones now, I'm like, yo, oh, that's such and such in the background. Oh, I know him. You know what I mean? Now it ain't even like a secret or speak easy vibes anymore. It's just like everything's on the internet. People got their phone out, flashed out. They got their phone out, ain't even throwing money. But you got put that phone up and throw some money. You know, so that ain't happening no more. So it's hard for women to get out of that life. Cash in, cash out. You have a phenomenal weekend where you make $3,000 on the weekend, $5,000, $10,000 on the weekend. And you're thinking to yourself, if I could do this every weekend, oh, I'll be set. But it doesn't happen like that. It'll be a slow season or a slow couple weeks, and now you screwed. You know, so you always just be going in and keeping your fingers crossed and wishing this will be the night. This will be that night, like that one night. It's like, it's almost so you damn near playing the lotto with your finances. You don't know how much you're making when you going in. You know, you might have a couple drug dealers, scammers that are cool with you, and they tell you, I'm coming in tonight, and they just want to see you. You know, that'll be the deal. But for the most part, most of it's not happening like that. And then right now in today's day, it's still money in there, but nothing like what it used to be. And it's still, I feel like for every strip club, it's like maybe at least 2 or 3 girls that's making that bank. And the other girls look at them like, damn, she be making hella money. She be making hella money. And it's still like that. You know what I mean? Everybody not leaving with that bag. If it's a Memorial Day weekend, a holiday weekend, you got All-Star weekend, people in your city like that, then that's different. Them girls will travel to All-Star weekend to go get that bag. I've seen them stack 3 or 4 in a 2-bedroom hotel room just to get that bag. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the girls come back after work, and then I see 1 or 2 come back after work. She done made a quick little stop after she didn't count that money and cashed out. You know what I mean? So it'll happen like that. But I think the biggest thing that she missing right here, and I don't mean no disrespect by this, but you know, she hit the wall. Like, I don't know any man that's 30, 40, 50 that wants to go to a strip club and see someone, a dancer that's 35 or 40 or 45, 46 like her, stripping. And, you know, you can be like, oh, well, old men being in a strip club. Yeah, that's fine. That's what it is. Older men normally got that money, got that bank. They come to see the young girls, the new girls, the it girls. I don't care what you get done to your body. Boobs, butt, facelift, whatever, nose. It don't matter. Your age is your age. And men, I'm like, nah, they done already seen that. They got stories about you. They feel like you already been ran through or woo. They ain't there for that. So I think that she has not said, hey, maybe it's because I'm 45 that my birthday set only got $3,000 when once upon a time I did $17,000. And you doing $17,000, bro, I see these girls making this money bank. They spending that thing fast, man. They spending it. They spending it. They jumping on yachts. They buying themselves designer. They spending on their friends. They spending. And it's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. And what do you have to show for it? And a lot of times, if you're making $8,000 in a night, you're not going to put that in the bank. You're not getting taxed on that. So they got that at the house in a safe or something. They might put a little bit of something in there, but once you put over 10,000, the IRS get notified. IRS trying to figure out where this money come from. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a car. They want to see some pay stubs. Let me see your bank. Like what? Okay, let me see that you can make these payments. You know what I'm saying? You buying it cash, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? Where's this money coming from? You know, so I think her being 46 is, or 45, whatever. That's what it is, man. That's a large part too. Like she's still in the club bartending. She's still in that toxic atmosphere. Some women love it. It's such a high. I've heard from women start dancing like, man, it's just one thing for you. The hottest song to come on, and you dancing, and money just getting thrown on you. It's a thrill. Like they feel like a superhero. These are stories I've heard. You know, and they will forever chase that feeling. You know what I mean? It's a drug. It's a drug to be the it girl, or to still chase that, or to still feel like I'm worthy. I should still be getting this bag. It don't work like that. The market don't want you. So I feel like that's a factor too. You know what I mean? You telling old school throwback stories, 6 foot, 7 foot. Man, that shit came out in like 2009 or something. You know, we talking about 15 years ago. I don't know, man. So that's how I feel about the whole thing. It's not the same. Phones, a lot of things played and are playing a factor. But none. It's just she was supposed to pass the baton. You were supposed to eat that up, have a time of your life, make that bag, and get out of there. That's why you see a lot of women get out of there. They try to go do lashes, start a boutique, start being a designer, start you know what I mean? Just different businesses, or try to do something. I don't give a damn. Open a daycare. You know what I mean? You know, they get into beauty or wellness or something. You know, they try to get about it. I know a few that did that and became a nurse while dancing. They was in school. They was doing it. But you got to get up out of there. The biggest thing about bartenders, bottle girls, strippers, entrepreneurs, entertainers, whatever y'all want to call yourself. You got to think this job is just money in hand. Man, the majority of these women don't have no health benefits, no dental benefits. You know, you got car insurance but no health insurance. That's the most, and that's for most of these creators out here. Your favorite YouTuber has no dental or health benefits. I used to go to YouTube in the beginning when I was making a good amount of money, 20, 25K a month. Chilling in the prime, busting it out, and not counting brand deals. That's just from YouTube. It was months I made 70, 80K. You know what I'm saying? So I'm busting that out. And I used to go to YouTube and have YouTube partners and meet with hit execs at YouTube and be like, what can we do to get us some health benefits or some dental benefits? None of these other jits in here, none of these other people, they were just happy to make money. And these people, YouTube looked at me right in my face, was like, oh, you guys are like private contractors. I'm like, yeah, but you got people at YouTube, that work at Google. You giving these people benefits. But your big time creators, you know what I'm saying? Y'all taking a cut from this. Y'all taking 40% from this. Your big time creators not getting no health, no dental benefits. That's not even an option. Is that something y'all could work in? They looked at me like I was crazy. And people looked at me like, look at this black guy. You know, there's only 1 or 2 black people there. Look at this black guy asking about health and dental benefits. Like, they flew us out here. They put us in this nice hotel. Everything's free. Why are you worrying about that? People didn't have no knowledge of it. But look, it's important. It's really important. But let me know what y'all think about this video overall, man. Her overall, the culture, the strip clubs, the dying off nightlife, you know, the aftermath of living a life like this. This is going to be OnlyFans women and men, if you're into that. I'm not. You do OnlyFans. You look good in your 20s. You got some body work done. You're not working out. Your body can't take but 2 or 3 of these liposections. Now it look like a volcano or something rumbling in your stomach because it's all bumpy and shit. You ain't going to get your massages. Let me know what y'all think about it. It's only a certain amount of time before it's time. You know, so shit's crazy. I could talk about myself a little bit. I felt like that with creating content. You know, I was making skits. I was doing 100,000 views easily in 24 hours. You know, and I was like, people like, yo, what do you have you have a plan? What do you want to do after this? Bro, I can always make videos. I can always make types of students or freshmen versus seniors. There's always gonna be new freshmen. There's always gonna be new seniors. And then what happened with even my old channel, like the algorithm thing came in and it stopped pushing my content. And then it was younger people doing my same content, sometimes even copying my stuff, and they weren't black. So they were more appealing because people are gonna watch who they look like. You know, you might watch a couple of people that don't look like you, but for the most part, you look at who you look like. You know, so that started happening. But I watched a younger crowd that, and I would run into these people at Playlist Live, VidCon. They'd be like, yo, I watched all your videos. I came up on your videos. I'm like, yo, in my head, I'm just chilling because if you angry at these events or seem bitter, you're going to stick out. So I smile, appreciate it, appreciate all that, man. You're the OG, you're this. They would snatch your content and grow faster than you because they're not of your skin complexion. I'm talking about joke for joke. To this day, you know what I'm saying? They run into you, some run into you and act like they don't know you, you know? And shit, we talked about Lil Wayne. Some of these rappers idolized Lil Wayne growing up. They'll be in a room with Lil Wayne right now and won't go speak and won't go say nothing. Won't be like, hey, you're the reason why I started. People are nuts. I'm not calling myself Lil Wayne, but y'all know what I mean by that. I'm out of here, man. I'm long-winded. We're at 30 minutes. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Smash the like button, subscribe. Catch y'all in the comment section. I would love to hear what you thought about this video, my commentary, all of that.